I am Dean Obidala, as always, here to be your MBFF. It is Tuesday, August 25th. Start out with a really important note. 70 days. 70 days until the most important election of our lives. And every day Donald Trump gives us a reason to stay angry. Stay angry and stay engaged. And last night, the RNC kicked off their show, and the reviews are in. Let me give you some of the reviews, and these are actual reviews. A fire hose of false claims, says the Washington Post. Republicans made numerous false and misleading statements, says factcheck.org. A parade of dishonesty that veered into disinformation, CNN's Daniel Dale. It's all propaganda. There's no truth to it. MSNBC's Dr. Vin Gupta on the GOP claims on COVID. They're 100% real, what I just read. These lies that were stewed last night, and I hope you didn't waste your time watching it, were neither improvised or ad-lib. They were all part of the scripted speeches. The Trump campaign's approach to 2020 for the next 70 days is lie, 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 lie. Gaslight. Don't ignore your eyes, ignore your ears, and only listen to Donald Trump. And that might seem outrageous, but remind you, in July 2018, Donald Trump said those very words. He said them to a bunch of veterans during a speech in July 2018 who had concerns about the economy. And what did Trump tell them? And I'm quoting. He said, "What you're seeing and what you're reading is not what's happening. What you're seeing and what you're reading is not what's happening." Then he added, "Stick with me," which means ignore your eyes, ignore your ears, and just listen to me, Supreme Leader Donald Trump. And if only Donald Trump had the neuralizer. Remember Men in Black where they had the neuralizer and you forget things? If only Trump had that, because he would try to make us forget a whole bunch of stuff. You've got the calling this a Democrats hoax, to not using the Defense Production Act in March that Joe Biden and Democrats pled with him to do. So we would have the testing equipment and PPE equipment we needed through in mid-July, actually late May, when there were tens of thousands of Americans dead by COVID. What did Trump do? He mocked a reporter for wearing a mask at a press conference, telling him you're only wearing it to be politically correct. I bet Trump would love to get rid of all that, but he can't. And the reality is he can lie all he wants, but we are right now living in the nightmare that Donald Trump delivered upon us. It's not in the past. It's present. It is here. It is around us. We have on the way to another maybe 1,000 Americans dead today. Every hour, numerous Americans are dead from this virus. And the economy is in shambles. You would not know any of that if you watched the RNC. The RNC was like, everything's great. They want you to deny reality of what's going on here. I was glad there was actually fact-checking, very swift fact-checking. You had factcheck.org, CNN, Washington Post. One of the best fact-checking was MSNBC medical contributor Dr. Vin Gupta. And the RNC played this video that made it seem like Trump was on top of the COVID crisis from the beginning, ignoring, of course, Donald Trump saying things like, this is Democrats' new hoax in February, or saying things like, this will all go away when the heat comes in April. And that things go on and on and on and on. Well, Dr. Gupta said, for all your viewers out there listening to this, for anyone listening to what the RNC is doing right now, it's all propaganda. There's no truth to it. And then he zeroed in on their claim that there's enough protective equipment for doctors and nurses and teachers around the country. He said specifically, we don't have enough PPE for our nurses, therapists, and physicians to care for COVID critically ill patients across the country. Lie, lie, lie. And to be honest, Trump's base likes that. It's like that Fleetwood Mac song, tell me lies, tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. They love the lies. They really do. I don't know why. I don't know what happened in their childhood, that they have no self-esteem and no dignity whatsoever, that they love the lies, but they like being lied to. The rest of us don't like being lied to. So you had it filled with lies. You had other garbage going on there. What you didn't have was any mention of Jacob Blake or Black Lives Matter. You did have Herschel Walker, the former football player, come out there and say Donald Trump can't be racist because I'm his friend. But Herschel Walker, of course, did not explain to us why Donald Trump called Black Lives Matter a symbol of hate. Herschel Walker didn't explain why Donald Trump called for the death penalty for the Central Park Five or refused to rent to black people when he ran apartments in Brooklyn. He did not explain to any of us why Donald Trump recently tweeted that he'll protect suburban women from low-income people, and they put Cory Booker's name in the tweet. None of that's explained. So to Herschel Walker, Donald Trump's not a racist because Herschel Walker's definition of racism is vastly different from the big swath of Americans. So no mention of Jacob Blake, no mention of Black Lives Matter. What you did have, though, they invited Mark and Patricia McCluskey. If you don't know who they are by name, Mark and Patricia McCluskey are famous now. And the reason they were invited and what they merited to give the speech is that the RNC is they drew guns on peaceful Black Lives Matter protesters outside of their house. So if you threaten Black Lives Matter protesters with guns, you get to go on national television at the RNC and be feted and celebrated. But if you're a black person who wants to talk about the systemic racism in our society, where black people are killed at the rate of 2.5 to 3 times white people, there's no place for you at the RNC, except Donald Trump will keep telling you he's the best president for black Americans since Lincoln. Look, Donald Trump can lie all he wants. He can't lie away from this. The RNC can help him. They're all complicit in the lies. By the time Donald Trump speaks on Thursday night for his formal speech, we will be at probably at least 180,000 Americans dead. Donald Trump will tell you the economy is great. In reality, as of this week, not 2 months ago, now there are nearly 30 million Americans receiving some form of unemployment. You've got 25 million Americans out of work or working part-time because they can't get full-time work. And Trump might try to tell you the economy is getting better. It's not getting better because last Thursday we learned first-time filings of unemployment. This is first-time filings. It's not cumulative. Went up to 1.1 million for the week before. That's up from 970,000. It's actually going worse. We have now over 1 million more Americans in the last week filing unemployment for the first time. The reality is Trump only has lies. I mean, let's be honest. What else can he run on? White supremacy and lies. He hasn't kept his promises. He did not handle COVID-19. The economy is in shambles. He didn't even get Mexico to pay for his wall. He has nothing but lies. And lie as they will, it's not enough to save him. If we come out on election day in 70 days, and before that with early voting or mail-in ballots or absentee ballots, we will win, and we will win big. And that'll be the first step into returning some level of normalcy. And then from there, we're going to push much further for a full progressive agenda. But I'll talk about this all more on my show tonight, 6 to 9 p.m. on Sirius XM channel 127 Progress. Thanks for tuning in to my preview of tonight's show. I'm on Twitter all the time at Dean Obidala. Follow me there. Drop me an email, dean@deanofradio.com. Love to hear what you're thinking about the issues of the day. Thanks for tuning in.